Okay, so I finished updating my main rig, and by updating, I don't necessarily mean upgrading. I mean, I really only upgraded the Blu-ray player, but I actually took the graphics card out, which is actually sitting right here on top of the motherboard box. So next thing I'm going to do is actually pop open the case and just kind of see what sort of accessories and stuff I have. So I'm actually going to take some of these things off on top of the box and put them aside for now. And it's basically just doing like a quick little unboxing of the case. So that way you guys get an idea of I get an idea of what I'm working with, because I'm not totally sure what kind of accessories come with it or what I might need. You know, anytime you're building a case, you know, you're always going to need like that one adapter, or you know, something like that. So it's some little funky thing that you need to finagle to make it work. So I do have a couple things over here actually from a couple other builds I did left over, just in case. But I should be set with everything that I need. But yeah, let's take a look at what we got inside. So let's crack this thing open. Alright, so let's crack this thing open. The box cutter here. One here. Let's put this guy up here. Here. And big one down there. Alright, so I've seen a couple unboxings of the Half XB, the original one, not the Evo. And I've seen some build blogs about it, you know, people building inside of it. So I think I have a pretty good idea of what to expect from the case itself. But it's, you know, one of those things you can watch real things on. You're not really going to know until you really kind of jump in and get your hands dirty. So I'm kind of excited to see what I have in store. I'm actually going to, probably should open it from the bottom. I know, I'm a rookie. What do you want? From here, let's just flip this guy over. And let's see, ooh, a couple little bumps on the side here from shipping. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay. Well, the styrofoam looks like it's built pretty decently. I mean, it's packed pretty well. I mean, you can see on the outside of the box here, we got a couple scuff marks, like here, for instance. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like you even got through the styrofoam. So, like I said, it looks like they packed it pretty well. Let's see if we can pull these guys off. There we go. Styrofoam they use is pretty decently thick. I mean, I'm hitting it. So, yeah. Like I said, it's packed pretty well from what I can tell. So that's always a good sign. You know, in case say nothing's going to be broken or busted, or you know, sometimes you'll see cases that get unboxed and like there's like a drive bay cover that just, you know, falls out of the case right away because it's just not packed properly and it got kind of knocked around during shipping. But it doesn't look like I'm going to run into that problem here, so that's nice. Let's see. Oh, that is gorgeous! Wow. It's actually, to be honest, a little smaller than I thought it would be. You know, from the looks of the box, it gets, you know, looks a little bit bigger. I thought it was going to be taller, actually, but that's nice. I mean, it's got a really nice black finish on it. It feels very sturdy. I mean, it looks like a nice case. It's a quick little manual they have here. A couple things, blah, 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 USB 3, so this is really for if you've never really built a computer, if you want to consult the manual. You know, they did a good job with it, but it means if you're getting this kind of case, you should probably know what you're doing ahead of time. You know, yeah. So it's got the handles on the side. Feel pretty sturdy. I don't feel like they're going to fall off anytime soon. If I'm not mistaken, they're actually braced against part of the actual case, the handles here. So they kind of hook under the frame of the case, which is kind of nice. It's very sturdy. Got a top mount here for that 200mm fan if you want it. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Probably not, because I'd rather have a taller heatsink. But let's see. Front of the case, we have USB 3.0, power button, which is kind of clicky. I was kind of hoping for a deeper press on the button. That's nice. Reset button. Oh, that's interesting actually. These look very similar to the ones that are on the Storm Striker that I have. Similar kind of mesh design with the clip-in system. Those are your 5 1/4 bays, and these are the hot swap bays, and the ones that I really liked, to be honest. I've seen a lot of them. You might have, if you saw my video on the Storm Striker, you saw me complain about the ones that kind of bend into place, and I hate those because they look like they're about to break. But this is actually my absolute favorite design for hard drive runners because it actually slides out. I don't know if you can see that, but it actually slides out. You put your drive in there, and then just clips back into place, and there's no bending, there's no flexing. And it's nice because that can actually take away a variable, and you can feel a lot more secure putting the hard drive in this, knowing that it's not going to break halfway through. So it does look like it's got some screw points for SSD too, which I'll probably utilize later when I add storage. The original SSD that I have for it is going to be the main storage drive, so I'll probably tuck that away somewhere else. And I actually like this little clip-in system too. I thought it was just that you pull this and the whole thing comes out, but this actually comes out first. And that sort of unlocks that front hinge to take out the drive. And then when you put it back, slide back into place, undo that clip. It's actually kind of nice. It's like locked in there. It feels like it's plastic. I don't think it's made of metal, but it feels like a really sturdy design there. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, got your 2 front fans here, 120 millimeters. I think there's mounting points for 140s, but I don't really care about 140 fans. On the bottom, if you just look real quick at the bottom, we got a dust filter here for the power supply. Some pretty good rubberized feet here. Looks like they have some cable management set up in here, because those look like little zip tie points. And that really does it for the front, bottom, and top. At the side, just got some ventilation here for airflow. Those handles that I was telling you about before, those are on both sides. Both side panels are exactly identical. And then the rear, this is where it gets kind of interesting. So number one, you have your 120 mount for your fan here for rear exhaust, but you also have these 2 optional 80 millimeter fans you can put down here. I'm not personally going to use those. Anything below 120, I feel it has to really ramp up the RPM and to try to keep up the airflow, and it just gets really noisy. Sometimes there's like really bad whining sounds, so I'll probably skip out on that. But one thing I really like, I use that fan filter, by the way. One thing I really like, however, is this little extended hard drive mounting thing that they have here. If you look really carefully, hopefully it's picking up on the camera here, you can see it's kind of jutting out of the case itself, and that's really nice because it supports super large power supplies. You could throw a 1500 watt power supply in here and probably be all set. I mean, this is really nice. I'm throwing a pretty modest 650 watt, and I wouldn't say it's big. It's probably like about average size for your standard ATX power supply, but it's going to fit no problem. That's nice for a whole bunch of different reasons, mainly just for cable management. You have the cables recessed a little bit more, but also just that kind of future upgradability that you have there is pretty nice. So yeah, so that wraps it up for the outside of the case. I'm actually going to crack open the top now and go into the actual insides of the case.